Shalom, welcome. We're reading Haftarah Vayyelekh. It's three different prophet readings, Hosea, Joel, and Micah. We'll probably read Hosea and then Micah and then come back to Joel. If anyone needs to annotate on the screen or raise hand, here's how you do it. And all right, so this is Hosea. The versification is off between the English and the Hebrew, so depending on what you're looking at, it's either verse 2 to 10 or 1 to 9. Would anyone like to get started reading?
All right, I will. Shuvah Yisrael ad Adonai Elohecha ki hashalta ba'a vonecha.
Very good. Shuva Yisrael, return. That's the essential message of the prophets, right? Return, come back, teshuvah, repent. Israel, ad Adonai Elohecha, return to where? Unto, up to the Lord your God. Ki chashalta, kashal is has to do with yeah, it says here stumbling um, or possibly failing. Ba'avonecha. What is what's the plural of the word avon? Avon is iniquity. What's the plural form?
Iniquity or sin?
Well, I mean in Hebrew, what's the plural form of avon? Avonot.
Avonot?
It's an irregular masculine plural. It's ot instead of im. Um, shuva. What kind of a word is shuva? What's the root?
Shin Vav Bet.
Exactly. And what form is this? Shuva.
Is it imperative?
It is, yeah. It's an imperative, and in addition to just the regular shuv imperative, there's this kamatse at the end. Now that shows up whenever the action being done is towards or to the benefit
The
um
speaker.
of the speaker. Yeah. So it's like it's like for my good, for your good, for everyone's good, return to the Lord and unto the Lord your God. Very good. See, Eileen, do you want to read?
Sure.
Okay.
Kovdenu ad mecham diberim u no ba sheu ba'u
Vishuvu.
al shubu mm, al Adonai imru elechem
A love. A yod's not
la
pronounced, huh? A love.
la kol ta tashe
Oh, is it a sheen or a seen?
uh,
Din is never right.
sinister
So if the dot's on the left, it's a seen. Tisa.
tisa ad no od
The reason this
open
word is a little troublesome is because
o n
right. So the reason this is troublesome is because we see the cholim vav and think that that's always a vowel. When in fact what's happening is we have ein with a vowel, then we've got vav with its vowel on top. This is the word avon.
avon bekach tov u ne shelam parim שתננו,
Mhm. פערים שפתנו. פערים
שפת,
שפתנו. קחו עמכם דברים, ושובו אל אדוני, אמרו אליו, כל תישא עוון, וכך טוב, ונשלמה פערים שפתנו. This idea of parim sfatenu. What are parim?
calves,
Well, it says calves, right? So we've got this word par, which is a young bull.
The fruit.
Ah, very good. So parim, it's the way it's understood in rabbinicalism is parim, par is a young bull, and so parim would be young bulls or calves of fatenu, our lips. What? What do you mean calves of our lips? Do I have calves all over my lips or what's going on here? The idea is that in the when the temple was not standing, the sacrifices that one could offer are the bulls of our lips or the calves of our lips, that is prayers. But then others will come along and say, well, parim, is that supposed to be something like the plural of pri, fruits of our lips? And that would be significantly different. So, I mean, there's a whole conversation about this, but this is essentially the verse that supports the rabbinic idea that in the absence of a temple, the sacrifices that we offer are prayers. And that leads to the whole liturgical service of an Orthodox synagogue. Kahu, what is the root of kahu?
Lakach.
Good, lakach. There's a lamed missing. Very frustrating, but it's missing. Fortunately, it's a common enough word that we should be able to recognize it. Kahu, take imachem with you. Dvarim, words.
Word.
Okay, words. Veshuvu el Adonai, and turn or return to the Lord. Imru elav, and who's to whom are we speaking with this word imru? Maybe Hosea is speaking to whom? With the u on the end, that tells us that it's second person masculine plural, command form, imperative. Hey, you all, say unto him, and I guess that's going to be sort of a quote right here. Kol tisa avon. Tisa. What's the root of tisa?
Nasa.
Nasa. Good. To lift, bear, carry, something like that. What we have here is an idiom. Nasa avon or tisa avon. Carrying iniquity. And this can be understood either as having to bear one's iniquity or possibly taking away iniquity and bearing it on behalf of someone else, instead of someone else. So everyone who tisa avon either bears iniquity or takes away iniquity, v'kach tov. And this is another imperative, and take or receive tov, that which is good, or do it in a good way, graciously, they say. Unishalma, and we want to or let us shalem. What is shalem? Leshalem. Can you see that the root is shalom?
Yes.
Okay, so we've got the root shalom, but it's in a PL form. So you're causing the state of shalem, either peace um, or a reconciled state of some kind. So you can see what they're calling it here. We will render, we will pay. Okay, so if if I owe you, we are not in a state of shalom. But as soon as I make right on my debt and I pay you what I owe, now we are in a state of shalom. That's the idea of lishalem being translated as to pay or reconcile a debt, to make shalom out of it. Nishalma means let us offer, pay, render. Farim sfatenu, either the calves or the fruit of our lips, either one. All right, questions on this verse?
Yes. Unishalama, that is, what is that? Is it, oh, we will. So is that Vecatol? Nephal Vecatol?
Not with a noon at the front. It can't be anything.
No, I mean, not Nephal, not with the noon. So the noon is not Nephal.
Correct.
Uh,
It is not nifal. Otherwise, it would be nishlam.
okay.
But
So
here,
then that means what? The Vav is and a conjunction, and then it's what, Yiktol?
now it looks like yiktol except for the kamatz hey at the end. How do we explain the kamatz hey attached to a yiktol?
It's cohortative.
That's the answer. It's cohortative, which means let us do it. We want to do it. And then that means the vav at the front is simply conjunctive. And so let us render the parim of our lips.
And it's call.
Yes. No,
No,
because of the
no.
shva patach dagesh,
Oh, it's PL.
PL. So both the first common oh, excuse me, I said singular. It's actually plural because of the noon. My apologies. And we will, whether it's we will or I will, if there's a hey at the end, it turns it into cohortative. Let us or let me do such and such.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, comments? Ashlyn, would you like to read this one?
Yes. Okay. Ashur lo Yoshienu al sus lo nirkav ulo nomar ir Eloheinu lema'aseh yadenu aser beka Yerucham yatom.
Yerucham yatom. Good. Ashur lo yoshienu. Who is Ashur?
Assyria.
Assyria. Assyria will not yoshienu. What's the enu?
Is it us?
So
Us.
we've got a yod prefix saying he, 3ms, referring back to Ashur, will not yoshia us. All right, what's the root of yoshia?
Yod Shin Ayin?
That's what you would look in the dictionary for. Maybe its original root was vav shin ayin, and it turns into yesha or yasha yod shin ayin, and has to do with salvation, like Yeshua. What binyan, what verbal pattern is this in?
He feel?
Good. Yeah, that Hirik Yod right here kind of gives away that it's causative, bringing about salvation. That O right there is common in roots that start originally with a Vav. Yoshia, Yoshiv, Yolid. So bringing about salvation to us. Ashur will not bring salvation to us. Al sus lo nirkav. Upon a horse, nirkav. What noon is this? What function does this noon serve?
It isn't that Nephal?
It looks a little like
No,
Paul.
I'm wrong again.
Well, I'm not going to say you're wrong again. That assumes that you were wrong the first time. Um, it does have an EA pattern, but we do have two options here. Nirkav could theoretically be a nifal, or the noon could be a 1CP yiktol prefix letter. So because of the anu over here referring to us, 1CP, it seems a lot more likely that this noon over here is also a 1CP talking about something about us. And especially since we get another noon here, another anu right here. We are, and our God, it shows up over and over. So it looks like noon 1CP is the pattern. But also Rahav is an oddball in the yiktol. It doesn't receive an O vowel like we would expect. It receives an A vowel. Not nirkov, but rather nirkav. Maybe this is because originally Rahav was seen as a state of being verb. But either way you look at it, nirkav, we will ride. Or actually, we will not ride. Al sus. Upon a horse we will not ride. Velo nomar od Elohenu lema'aseh yadenu. All right, what is this? Velo nomar. What is nomar?
We say,
Good. With the low in front, we will not say
we will not say,
od anymore. Elohenu,
our God,
our God or our gods?
our gods, plural.
Maybe. I mean, Elohenu is also the word used for you, O Lord of Israel, our God. And it could also be used for plural. So let's see which one it's talking about. Lema'aseh yadenu. What is yad?
And
So ma'aseh, the work or creation or deed of our hands. Okay, so that's clearly talking about false gods. Asher b'cha Yerucham Yatom. What? Let's see. So no longer will we say, you are our Elohim. You see how they did that right there? We are, or you all are.
Yeah.
So I suppose the translators inserted this to help make it make more sense. No longer will we say, Eloheinu. Hey, you are gods. When in fact they are Ma'aseh Yadenu, works of our hands. And then the Asher usually tells us more information about what was just said. So what is this referring back to? Asher b'cha, which in you, Yerucham Yatom. He will be merciful to the fatherless. Or the father, wait a second. In you, the fatherless. Yeah, I see. So this is your subject. This is your pu'al passive verb. And how do you say this? The fatherless will be given mercy in you. Of
so
course.
what is the root of yatom? Is it tav?
Hmm.
What is it? Yatom.
I think it's Yod Tav Mem.
Yod tav mem.
I think it's
And
Yod.
that means fatherless?
Well, the word yatom means orphan, yes, but the root,
Ah.
I don't know. Looks like it's got the same o pattern of, other words like gadol. And
So this is an adjective?
yeah, one who is described as being fatherless, yes.
Okay.
Quick question, Jared.
Yes.
On Asher B'cha, is the baka, I'm seeing that dagesh. Is that what's considered an inseparable preposition? So you have bo and ka, boka, beka, baka.
Right. So
So
it's not bo, but it's simply b. The word bo has its own suffix where the o is referring to him. The b means in, and o means him, whereas here b means in and ha means you. But yes, you're correct. That's a inseparable preposition in, at, with, by, against, something showing closeness. In you, the fatherless is had mercy upon, is being treated mercifully.
is there a relationship with that inseparable preposition relative to nouns identifying nouns, or does that appear on verbs also? It might be a stupid question, but
No, it's not a stupid question. Okay, so there are a couple of different ways to answer this, so please bear with me. The way that I teach it is that prepositions must necessarily, by definition, be attached to some sort of noun or substantive, some sort of a thing, object, person, place, thing. It has to be attached to something. The word preposition is what describes the position or relative position between two nouns. So if I am in the car, in describes the positional relationship between I, me, and the car. I am in the car, right? So it by necessity has to have a noun attached to it. Can it then attach to a verb? Depends on how you define a verb. Like, for example, we do get prepositions attached to infinitives. Okay, so there's an infinitive like, I'll just use shmor. Shmor means either to guard or guarding or something like that. So if we have bishmor, it would be in the act of guarding. Well, the act of guarding, that's a noun. Granted, it is a noun representing a verbal action, but it is a noun. So if you want to define things like infinitives as verbs instead of nouns, then the answer to your question would be yes. But I actually see infinitives as being nominal. They're nouns, they're verbal nouns, and that's why they can attach to prepositions. Okay, I hope that kind of touched on your question.
no, that's good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. All right, who would like to read next? Okay, I'll read. Erpa mishuvatam ohavem nedava ki shav api mimenu. All right, erpa. Does anyone know what a rofe is?
Doctor.
Uh-huh. Or you think of like Jehovah Rapha, the one who heals. So erpa with this yictol prefix says, I will Rapha, I will heal. Mishuvatam. All right, so we know that shuv means to go back. So a mashov or mashuv or something like that, or mishuvah is the place of going back. When you have mem at the front and hey or a feminine hey or feminine tav at the end, you're usually looking at a location. So the place of going back. You see what they did? They translated it as backsliding. I will, and it makes sense. I mean, if you're going to heal something, it means you're healing something that's not right. So I will heal your backsliding, or actually theirs. Sorry, their backsliding. Ohavem. So this is supposed to be from Ohav. I will love, and then them. I will love them. Nidava. Nadav or Nadiv or Hit Nadev. This all has to do with uh, freely giving or volunteering, voluntarily. And so it's translated as love them freely. Ki shav api, this is the same root, shav, shuv, to turn back. What's turning back? Api, my my nose. My nose, which figuratively is anger. My anger has turned back. Mimenu. From whom?
Us?
Doesn't it look like us? But this is God speaking. I will heal their backsliding. I will freely love them because my anger has turned away from, well, that doesn't make sense. If it's us, then that means God's anger is directed at himself and others. That doesn't make sense. Turns out this has two possible definitions. It can be either mimenu from us or mimenu from him, because it comes from min, hu. There's your 3ms right there. But the noon and the hay gets swallowed up in the noon, and so that's where the dagesh comes from. Min hu becomes mimenhu or mimenu, from him.
I saw that it was translated from them, like the rest of it, in some places that I read, and from him in other places that I read.
Exactly. So I wonder if if the him that it's referring to, if you go back 4 verses where it's referring to Israel in the singular, then I wonder if it's the him referring to Israel as opposed to them, or collective singular, plural, 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 collective singular. But I can understand why a translator would say from them. My anger will turn from them. But remember, what was it? 4 verses ago, we had return, O Israel, you all. And we're speaking to you in the singular. All right. Who wants to read next? Eileen? Eileen, are you reading?
Yes.
Okay.
Ah, hey,
Mm-hmm.
he, kaftali.
Mm-hmm. Well, this isn't a yod, that's a cancellation mark. Katal.
Oh, katal le Israel ye parah kashe o ana
Mm-hmm.
Vayyelekh she'ar she'en
Sharashav.
shar vashar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kaliba na on.
Right. Kalvanon. Like in Lebanon. Ehyeh chatal l'Yisrael. Yifrach kashoshana. V'yach sharashav kalevanon. All right. Ehyeh has a yiktol prefix letter. I will be. Haya. Katal. Tal is the dew, so like the dew. I will be like the dew to Israel. Yifrach. This is a yiktol prefix letter. He will or he shall. Parach. Does anyone know what a perach is?
Flower.
Mm-hmm. So a perach is the thing that does the action of parach, to grow, flourish. So he shall grow or flourish kashoshana, which is a particular kind of flower. Shoshana. I think it isn't Shoshana the root or the etymology of Susanna? Shoshana? I don't know, I thought it was.
I think they
And
call it that also the Rose of Sharon.
yeah. Oh, okay. Vayyelekh. Now this verb is a little problematic. Can somebody tell me about this odd looking verb? Vayyelekh.
Means to strike or to spread.
Hmm. So the vav at the front is a conjunction, and the verb itself looks like only two letters. Yach. What's the root?
Hmm.
All right, so the root is nun kaf yod. The infinitive form,
Okay.
do I want to say the infinitive form? Mm, let me, no, let me put it in the he feel first common singular. If I struck something or someone, it would be hiketi. Okay, so this in this form you can see a little bit more. You can see a dagesh in the second root letter, representing the missing nun. You see the kaf of the root, and you see the yod of the root, and then the t at the end says I did it. Hiketi. So it's from a form like that where we can actually see the root. In this form up here, well, this is a yiktol or imperfect, a future form. Yod says 3ms, he is the subject. The patach tells us that it's causative he feel, and then the kaf is all we have to figure out the rest of it. Vayach, or to strike or to possibly slaughter, but it comes from striking. Vayach sharashav. Here it says cast forth, but I wonder if it should be and he will strike his roots. Kalvanon. Hmm.
Ehyeh, so that it's already in the future. I will be, and I will cast forth the roots.
Well,
It
no,
seems to
this
follow, no?
this yod right here has to be 3ms.
Hmm.
If I were the one doing it, then it would be it would be va'ach or
Mhm.
ake.
Mhm. Can
Uh,
you say, and he will cast forth, or it will?
oh,
Mm,
with the missing yod on the end. What if it's Joseph and let him cast forth
mm.
his roots, kalvanon, as the Lebanon. Anyway, so I guess the idea of casting or striking roots is supposed to be parallel to growing like the lily. So it's a good
Mhm.
thing, prospering, growing.
Oh, this makes sense. I love this. The over the course of these last several verses, we have the nose and we have the mouth, and the nose is there appears to be a duality. So the idolatry represents the distasteful smell, but then you have the aroma of the lily or the rose, which is a good smell, and then it's coming from the mitzvot, is coming from the lips, following the command. This is amazing.
Right. I like that. And I like that parallelism. Ashlyn, do you want to read?
Sure. Um, Yelku, um, Yonkotav, um, Ihi, Kazayit, uh, Hodo, Vereach, Lo, Kalvanov.
Kalva
Non.
non. Yelchu Yonkotav. Um, when I see this, I'm thinking of like the word tinok, but Yonkotav this is one of the few places where it's translated as either sapling or young tree or here branches. Yelechu, they shall go, walk, spread. What shall? Yonkotav, his young branches, young shoots. Vihi chazayit hodo, and it shall be like an olive or an olive tree. What will be? His beauty. His beauty shall be like that of an olive tree. V'reach lo, reach is related to the ruach, his smell, his wind, his smell belonging to him, Kalvanon, as in the Lebanon. I really want to see this Lebanon from thousands of years ago because the Bible just keeps talking about how amazing it is. Giant cedars, beautiful
Mhm.
smells and flowers and everything else. And maybe one day.
Cedar has a specific fragrance. That's why they use it to deter moths in like closets and packing and stuff.
I love the smell of cedar. I have a sawmill, so every time I get cedar on there, it's just, oh, I bring the kids over and we all get a whiff of it. It's amazing.
Mhm.
uh, all right, who would like to read now? All right, I will. Yashuvu Yoshvei Vitzilo Yechayu Dagan V'yifrechu Chagafen Zichro Kayen Lebanon. Man, this is like the fourth time that's talking about Lebanon, isn't it?
Mhm.
I wonder if Hoshea was very fond of Lebanon. And Yashuvu Yoshvei Vitzilo. Um, what's the root of Yashuvu?
Shuv,
Shuv. What's the root of Yoshvei?
Yeshav.
Yeshav. I wonder if it's intentional that he has two words that are so similar
Mhm.
to each other. Yashuvu Yoshvei. Um, may they who dwell, or the dwellers of Betzilo, may those dwellers return Betzilo. Help me divide this up.
Be,
Be, what is be?
in.
Is there anything else we can peel away?
O is his or of him, and Sail is shadow.
Very good. So the absolute form of the word is sel,
Yeah.
but the more
Mhm.
original form of it is sil with a dagesh. What's the
Mhm.
root of the word sel?
Salal.
Very good. Sadi lamed lamed. Hence the dagesh here. The chirik right there is the theme vowel of this noun, and kind of like the word beged. What's the word beged?
Garment.
Garment. If you say his beged, what does it become?
Big dough.
Big do. So in this word, the original theme vowel is also a chirik. It's just you have two different consonants here, so they remain distinct. But here, they're both the same. They collapse into a single letter with dagesh. Big do, silo. Anyway, they have the same pattern.
Cool.
In his shadow. Um, Anybody know who Bezalel is?
He's It's a street.
Named after whom?
Bezalel.
So Bezalel was a character in the Torah who was tasked with making the tabernacle.
Artist, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was an artisan. Yeah.
Mhm.
And his name means in the shadow of God. Bezalel.
That's beautiful.
Yichayu, they shall, um, it's not just the word high to live, but it's in the PL. So be made alive. So you can see why the translator says revive. They
So
shall,
what is the word for resurrected to resurrect something or someone?
um, right.
Would
So
that be
there,
the same?
I'm pretty sure there are multiple ways to say it. The one that
Mm.
I'm most familiar with is like Techiyata Metim,
Mm-hmm.
where Metim are the dead ones. So
Mm-hmm.
Techiyat or Techiyat would be the making alive of the dead. This is the resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
There's also, I think it's also Tekumata Metim.
The raising of the dead.
Right, exactly. Tukuma. And then if you I don't know about using the he feel.
Mm.
Yihayuno. Whenever I read Chai or Chet Yod Yod in the he feel, it's like allowing somebody to live rather than
Mhm.
reviving them. So I guess maybe the he feel isn't a good candidate. Um,
Mhm.
but this tichiyah, this is a noun similar to the pattern of words like tefillah,
Mhm.
tefillah. Same pattern. And so it's this like abstract noun of making high as opposed to making palal, supplication.
Yeah.
So
Tachya'a is a modern word. I don't know if it's in biblical anywhere. It means
agreed,
resuscitation.
agreed,
Yeah.
agreed. Right. Let's see. So what passage could we look at to see the resurrection?
Mm.
There's Daniel. I'm trying to think of where like all the other places where it talks about resurrection, it's almost like more figurative, like the sea will give up its dead, or
Mhm.
the life will be breathed into the dry or the spirit will be given to the dry bones or something like that. It's more
Or
figurative
Elijah
than
or Elisha when he breathed into the boy that was dead, but I don't know if they just describe what happened. They don't
describe what
I don't think
happened.
they
I
use
don't
the
think they
word.
use the
Yeah.
word resurrection. Yeah. So I suppose we could look over at Daniel, perhaps the resurrection of um, the no, what is it?
Mhm.
The it talks about the two resurrections in Daniel, the resurrection of one thing and then the resurrection of contempt. I can't remember. That would be a
Mm.
good place to look.
Breakfast.
Dagan, if anyone has ever had breakfast in Israel, cereal, it's called Dgane Boker, the grains of the morning. So Dagan has to do with some sort of staple cereal grain. They shall revive like the grain v'yifrechu. There's that perach again, or parach, and they shall grow or flourish. Kagafen. When you drink either grape juice or wine, rabbinically, you're supposed to say a blessing. Blessed are you, Lord God, King of the universe, who brings forth fruit from the geffen or
Fine.
gafen, from the vine. So it's referring to those fruits that grow in the vine. Zichro. What is zecher?
Memory.
What is it?
It's memory.
Memory. Yeah, like zikaron or zachar.
Mhm.
But here it's translated as something different. Zichro keyen Lebanon. All right. What is yen?
Wine.
Right? The absolute form is yayin. So his zecher, memory, or it's calling it here scent, is like the wine of Lebanon. Well, which one makes more sense? The memory
Taste.
of the wine of Lebanon? Yeah, that one's a little difficult to translate, I guess. Remember that zecher has a little bit more to do with piercing than it does with memory per se. So imagine a sharp smell that kind of pierces your face, like Zichro Keyen Lebanon or Lebanon. Just reminds me of like this pungent wine. I don't know, maybe.
Mhm.
All right, comments or questions on?
Oh,
Hmm.
Lebanon means whiteness.
It appears so, right? Lavan, white,
Mhm.
and then some sort of on, maybe diminutive suffix. But yeah, it appears to. Okay, so it could either have to do with Lavan, which is white, or Levana. What is a Levana? It's the Levana is what the Livanim is what was used at the Tower of Babel for building the tower.
Um,
So
bricks.
like bricks, okay? And so,
Okay, so Lebanon is also a mountain range. So we could be looking at, I'm just going to make this up. We could be looking at the whiteness of the snow in the on the high mountain. So if we go back a previous verse, we have Vareach lo kal kalevanon,
mhm,
Lebanon.
yeah.
So this Vareach is also sacrifice. The sweet aroma of the sacrifice of the whiteness of the mountain. Are we speaking metaphorically of Messiah?
I'm pretty sure you can find Messiah anywhere if you look hard enough.
Okay.
Yeah. True.
Wow, this is pretty cool.
All right, who would like to read next?
I'll go.
All right, go ahead, Cheryl.
Um, אפרים, מה לי עוד לעצבים? אני עניתי, ואשורנו, ואשורנו אני, כבראש רענן ממני, פרייך נמצא.
Very good. And Ephraim, מה לי עוד לעצבים? What's the meaning of atzuv?
Sad.
That's an easy way to remember this word, right? Atzabim. It's calling those sad things, those idols. Ani aniti. This I wouldn't usually translate this as I heard.
I answered.
Yeah, usually answered is the way that it's supposed to be going, supposed to be translated. Va'ashurenu.
That's a new word.
Yeah. I wonder, is the enu, let's see, ashurenu. I mean, the way that it's coming across kind of looks like Aleph Yiktol.
Ashur.
I mean, Ashur we know is Assyria, but Ashurenu, is this the Ashura? The no, that's Ashtara. Ashtara. I would want to look this up. Do you mind if I look this up, guys?
Oh, please do.
Oh, please do.
They just in the Chumash they just translated it as observe him like they did there.
Huh. Okay.
But but I mean I'd like to look it up too. I do.
I think I just saw chef. Okay. Here's this one. Let's go down. Where are we? Elpa, Shuv Ephraim. There we go. Ashurenu. Okay. It's telling us that the root is what? That it's a call imperfect. first person common singular with a 3ms suffix and energic noon from the root shur to spy out, survey, lurk, or care for. No kidding. Huh. So I will ashur. I will spy or observe him from the root shin vav resh. Well, there you go. How about that?
Sure.
So that's a one
Sure.
cs prefix, and then the enu at the end is the same that we saw earlier.
Mhm.
Enhu, where these two assimilate together as dagesh.
And
Ennu.
yeah.
And I will observe him. Ani kivrosh. A brosh is in modern times, a brosh is a very tall carnivorous um, evergreen.
They call it a cypress here.
Mhm.
And I'm wondering if I will observe him like from a watchtower, almost like a tall tree, like from a tall tree.
Right? Kivrosh ra'anan, like a tall fir or cypress tree.
Mhm.
Mimeni periecha. Hang on a second. From me is your fruit to be found, or your fruit is
Mhm.
found.
Is found it.
Yeah. So that's a Nifal noon right there.
Mhm.
All right. Well, that's a good one right there. Va'ashurenu. Who'd like to read this one?
If nobody's going to go, I'll go again, but
Go
somebody
ahead.
should.
Yeah, I'll go again.
I'll
Okay.
go again.
Okay, go ahead. Whoever that was.
Me,
That's it.
Eileen.
Oh, Eileen, okay.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Eileen.
Mi kocham ve'yi bein elach ne no na bo
Navon.
be
Mhm.
na bon be ye dan dam
V'yedaem.
be da ki yesh rim ra no da da dar ki
Darchei. There's a tzere.
darhei
Darchei.
darhei Adonai besadikim yeleku bah no
Bam.
bam
Mhm.
bam upeshin yakashelu bam.
Mhm. Good. Mi chacham v'yaven ele. Who, provide the verb, who is wise? And then here, I guess we've got the root bet yod nun to perceive or understand. And and he shall understand ele, these. Navon comes from the same root, but now it's in the nifal, translated as prudent. V'yedaem, yada, in the yiktol, he shall know them. Probably the M referring back to these things. Ki yisharim darchei Adonai. Yashar is straight, opposite of crooked. Straight are darchei Adonai, the ways of the Lord. Does anyone see anything off? with this little partial sentence right here? Ki yesharim darchei Adonai. Derech, masculine or feminine?
Feminine?
Supposed to be feminine. So if I'm going to use the word yashar to describe ways, it should be yesharot darchei Adonai. Alternatively, yesharim could be describing things that are straight or right or trustworthy, as a kind of substantive. So things that are right are the ways of the Lord, rather than using this as an adjective to describe the word ways of the Lord. But
Yeah, because I heard that when it's talking about certain things, when it's using the spirit, that could be feminine.
mhm.
And then the masculine is when the men, I don't know, like when men are leading and stuff like that. Maybe the laws.
The word ruach shows up both as a masculine and a feminine throughout the Bible, and passages that where it can't be interpreted as anything else. So that one's kind of an oddball. There are other words like that, like shemesh, or I would throw derech in there as well. It's in modern times it's supposed to be feminine, but in the Bible you see it sometimes being masculine. So it just means that maybe someone wasn't very good at grammar, or maybe it used to be considered masculine and then turned into feminine. Either way,
Could it be just both or no?
could it be what?
You think it could be both or not?
Well, it depends on what your definition is. The fact that it shows up as both feminine and masculine in the Bible in different contexts, yes, it does show up as both. But by and large, nouns are supposed to be one gender, and one and only one gender, and only very rarely does a word show up in both genders. And so it's easier to explain as maybe someone made a mistake than it is to say that it gender flopped. But I don't know. There's a lot of theories about how gender and languages came about anyway. And so, oh gosh, I don't know if I have. Okay. So apparently there's a theory that in Proto-Semitic, there were certain indicators attached to nouns in order to describe them as being, for example, a location or a deity or something like that. Not identifiers. What is it called in Assyrian? In Akkadian. I can't remember the word. I'm sorry. But anyway, so there's this theory that says that a lot of words that ended up being feminine actually had a tav added to the end of them in order to classify them as belonging to a certain class of nouns, and that tav was then later on misunderstood as a feminine tav. So that's one of the theories about how we get a lot of feminine nouns that maybe weren't originally feminine or something like that, like the tav on the end of masculine numbers, or something like that. Anyway, but that's a lot of speculation.
Okay, so
And
let's go back to the original before we lose it, or I'll lose it. So derechei Adonai. So for right, for right, for right, the ways of the Lord. Derech Adonai.
mhm.
So derechei is 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 something that belongs to the Lord, right? So
Right,
it would
yeah, this
be,
is in
it's a
construct.
noun. It's a
Yeah,
noun.
okay, so
Noun.
derech is the usual form, way or path, and then dalche would be the ways of the Lord. So this is a construct. Yeah, they're both nouns. So the question then becomes, do we have an adjective here describing Darchei Adonai, or do we have an adjective that's being used substantively? Like if I said, the wise will understand, the wise what? Well, the wise people, but I'm just saying the wise will understand. If it's being used substantively like that, then we have something like for the right things or straight or trustworthy things are the ways of the Lord. Then it would be no problem to have a masculine right here. So,
Well, that's
you have
right. The
options.
original question was it's masculine or feminine, right?
Derech is supposed to be feminine, and Yesharim is
Okay.
definitely masculine.
So is there a way to find out if Yod Shin Resh from that root, if there is a noun that would make sense in the plural there?
The pattern of this word tells me that it comes from the root yashar.
Mm-hmm.
This right here, reduced from a kamatz. And the
Mm-hmm.
word yashar is,
An adjective.
well, actually, no, I'm not going to say that. It's
Okay, good.
it's a descriptive noun. It's a descriptive noun, much like if I call someone a male,
Mhm.
I'm not I'm
Yeah.
not using an adjective, I'm using a noun to describe him.
Mhm.
So in Hebrew, this pattern is a noun. It's the same pattern as davar, or even we saw up here, chacham. So it's describing something as being whatever the root is. Chacham is a wise one. Yashar is a straight or honest thing, and davar is a spoken matter or issue.
Mhm. That makes
Um,
sense.
so Yesharim is used as an adjective, but properly it's an. So what you're discovering right now is the hazy, blurry line that Hebrew maintains or doesn't maintain between nouns and adjectives. It's
Mhm.
really there's really a fuzzy line between the two. Everything is kind of lumped together as substantives, but I know in English we think, well, there are nouns and there are things describing nouns. We call those adjectives. It's like, no.
So it would be said, so he shall know, like the right or the straight ones, the righteous ones, kind of
Oh,
the
no, no,
ways of the
no.
Lord.
No, no. The key right here is because, and it's describing a reason, giving a reason for this stuff up here.
Mhm.
He shall
Mhm.
know them. Why? How? Because right or right things are his ways.
Ah, okay.
His ways are perfectly straight and honest and true and etc.
Mhm.
Tzadikim yelechu vam. And here we get another one. Tzaddik, that's an adjective, right? Well, one who is righteous
Just
or just. So here it's being treated like a noun. Tzadikim, righteous ones, yelechu, shall walk, vam, in them, in the right or righteous things that are also God's ways. Ufoshaim, what is pesha?
crime
Yeah, some sort of transgression, exactly. Ufoshaim, what kind of a word is this? Oh,
is a participle.
ones who are transgressing. Yes, the transgressors, yi kashalu. Remember this from earlier? Nichshal,
Mhm.
failing, falling, stumbling. They shall be, looks like a knee fall. They shall be stumbled,
Mhm.
vam, in them. For the righteous, the right ways will lead to walking, but the transgressors will be tripped up by them. Wow. All right, this is Joel, but I was thinking that maybe we could pick off the Micah reading first. So we're changing gears here. This is Micah 7:18 to 20. Mi el kamocha nose avon ve'over al pesha lish'erit nachalato לא החזיק לעד אפו, כי חפץ חסד הוא. Mi El, who is El or God? Kamocha. This is the long version of ka, like you. Nose avon. What was nasa avon or tisa avon?
Lifting off
Lifting,
iniquity.
carrying, or bearing iniquity. Yeah. So here it's being translated as lifting away or forgiving or pardoning iniquity. Ve'over al pesha, and passes over transgression rather than stopping and convicting, I guess.
Mhm.
Lishe'erit nachalato. What is the root nahal?
Because inheritance.
Yeah, inheritance or possibly possession. Yeah. And so his heritage or inheritance. And sha'ar,
This remnant, yeah.
yeah, the
Just like it says,
leftover, leftover.
leftover.
So someone who nish'ar is someone who remains or someone left over. And then she'erit is the noun, the remnant of his heritage. Lo hechezik, from chazak, he does not maintain strong, or he does not grasp or grip or hold back. La'ad, ad forever. What doesn't he hold? What doesn't he retain forever? Apo, his nose, his anger. Oh, okay. Ki hafetz chesedhu. He is a delighting one of loyal kindness. See how this looks to me like a construct right here. Well, I guess not because of this. Chafetz chesed. So he is, oh, okay, I get it. This is acting like an adjectival, excuse me, a verbal adjective, uh, pro- um, come on, not gerund. What's the word I'm looking for? Participle.
Yeah.
Chafetz, one who delights in chesed, or who delights in chesed is he. Yay, we serve
Chafetz
an awesome
chesed.
God. Mm-hmm. Chafetz chesed. Yeah. All right, who wants to read the next one?
I'll have a
Okay.
go.
Go ahead, Henry.
Yeah, Yashuv, yeah, Yirah, Yirahamanu, uh, Yi, Yi, Yikabosh,
Mm-hmm.
On, uh, On, Onot, Your New.
That's a okay. That was a good go. And every syllable is supposed to start with a consonant. So this one right here is going to be vo with a consonantal vav. Avonotenu.
Okay. Avonotenu.
Perfect.
Um, Vatash,
Here, ignore that. That's the cancellation mark.
Va, Vashlech, Be, Be Mitzlo, Be Mitsu, Lot,
Mm-hmm.
Yam, Kal, Ah, Ato, To, Atov, Tav,
Very good.
Tam.
Uh-huh. So the aleph here has quiesced. It's not doing anything. It's a silent letter. Chatotam. So the vav is representing the O sound before the O sound was ever inserted. Chatotam. What is chet?
Sin.
Sin. So chatot would be sins that belong to them. Chatotam. Yashuv Yerachamenu. He will turn or return. Yerachamenu. He will pity or have compassion on us. Yichbosh. Kavash is to, subdue or conquer. Yichbosh avonotenu. He will conquer our avonot, iniquities. V'tashlich, you will cast out bimtzulot, into the depth. What is it? I'm trying to remember what snorkeling is diving in Hebrew. Is it slulot?
Yeah, something like that.
Slulim, maybe. But it's
Metzula. No.
so I wonder if tzul is where we're
Mhm.
getting depths from.
Maybe.
Sulot, in the depths of Yam, the sea, is what he's casting into the depths of the sea. Kol chatotam, all of their sins. Hallelujah.
Amen.
This section in Micah is only 3 verses. This is the last one. Who wants to read it?
I'll go then again.
Mhm.
Titen emet liYakov, chesed לאברהם, אשר נשבעת לאבותינו בימי קדם.
Mimei kedem. Titen has a missing nun. Natan. Tav at the front is either you or she. Is it you or is it she?
It's Titen. Titen emet liYakov. We're speaking about the Lord, so.
Very good.
Oh,
Look at this over here. That's 2ms. So what if this is also 2ms? You will give what? Emit liYakov. Either truth or loyal reliability or something like that. And you will give truth or steadiness to Jacob. Chesed la'Avraham. Loyal covenant kindness to Abraham. Asher nishbata. So because of the 2ms here, that's why I'm thinking 2ms goes here as well, which you have sworn, la'avotenu, to our forefathers, mimekedem, from the days of ancient times, kedem.
Do you pronounce the yod in Mime? Is it Mime or Miyime?
It should have been mi yeme, because yeme is the construct form, the standard construct form. Days of yeme, but then when you put the mi in front, what it should have done was put a dagesh there. But yod is a skinim levi or coal mine letter, so it simply forgoes it, and you get a chirik yod turning into a vowel. Mi me.
So you don't pronounce it?
It's not supposed to be pronounced separately. And in fact, it's the same thing that happens when you put be, ke, or le in front of a word that starts with yod shva, like Yerushalayim. It's not be Yerushalayim, but rather be Yerushalayim.
And then on T10, we have 2 assimilating vowels. We have two.
No, there's only one strong dagesh here that's in the second tav, and it represents the missing nun of the root natan.
Snifa.
No.
No, it's
Chal.
What did you say? It's
It's a
kal?
kal, yeah, it's a kal binyan. The chirik right here tells us it's a kal binyan. It should have been something like teen.
Tin ten.
Yes, very good. Teen 10.
And
Now, there is something to be said about this vowel here, teen 10. Since when do we expect there to be a tsere in a yiktol verb? Not usually. We expect it to either be an O vowel, like, tishmor. That's supposed to be a tav. Use your imagination. Sorry. Tishmor. There's a holam. Or it could be an A vowel, like tishma,
Mhm.
when there's a guttural, or if it's a state of being.
State of
Mhm. But turns out there can also be an original I vowel, and that's what Natan has. And there are some other ones like Yeshev, and it's hard to prove, but I wonder if also Yihye was originally one of those also. But because of the final root yod, it's really hard to prove it. So, but there are some Yictol forms that have a tsere, insinuating some sort of an original chirik
Chirik.
vowel rather than o or a.
So if that was in the nifal tina 10, it would be tina 10, right?
If it's
Or
nifal,
uh
if it's nifal,
if
then it would
you are given, say you are given
right.
tina 10 le mashu.
Tina 10. There you go. So you need a full kamatz right here. Tina 10.
Mhm.
And then you get your your trio right there. Ea, ea.
Okay. Yep.
Very good. All right. You know what? I think I'm going to have to go ahead and sign off. I've got some things I've got to get done this evening. Thank you all so much for coming out and reading some Hebrew and studying some Hebrew with me. Look forward to seeing you all next week. Happy Yom Teruah or Rosh Hashanah. Starting Monday evening is the first of Tishrei, the beginning of the civil new year, and also the Festival of Trumpets, um, which is 15 days before Sukkot or 10 days before Yom Kippur. So I hope you have a meaningful um, festival season. See you guys next week. Shalom.
I'm
Thank you
sorry I
so
came
much.
Thank you,
in
Jerry.
late.
Drop like
Thank you.
Shalom.
Um,